but it's never been for to pay for my supper, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? It's been,
Yeah.
pretty much for whatever I like. And then, if someone happens to like it, yay. I don't think about, well, James, you put together something, and when you look at it, you have the eye of people are going to follow the light around, or they're going to follow the color around. This is a great composition, and I'm like going, I just like this because, and I think that's what I've been trying myself to do a little bit more, thinking about what I'm doing instead of just playing. I'm not serious enough, I really am not.
Well,
so,
that's because you have another source of income.
Yeah. I mean,
get rid of that. That's what you need. You need to be a starving artist, and that will force you to make a lot of decisions quickly.
I did that when I was doing ceramics, and I did a lot of starving artist stuff that was all related to starving for my art. Yeah, I mean, and I'm now that I don't have to do that anymore, I'm a lot less a lot less critical about everything. Everybody stop. I have an extra dog today, so the snoring will not be for mine necessarily, but another one that got to go through the hurricane with us.
Oh, yeah, so, you're here somehow.
I'm telling you, it was 7 hours without, internet, phone, power, but yeah.
What do you do? What can you do? Life is over.
I know. I said, oh my gosh, I can't do anything. I mean, there's nothing, there's nothing I can do now.
You can't open the fridge because you can't let that cold out, right?
No, it was a real, and what's funny is in May we had a thing called a derecho, which came through, and literally we were without power in this section of town for 6 days.
Ow.
Yeah, out.
That's ugly.
It was ugly, and there's still trash in the ditches, just sort of downhill from where I am, that is left over from that. They've never picked up. It is clogging up the ditch, and this afternoon I was getting really concerned about how much water was backing up because it couldn't drain into the ditch. Luckily we were at the tail end of this thing. Everybody goes, oh, I'm glad it just went by you. I said, no, I was on the eastern eye wall. It was dirty, it was ugly, it's scary. The wind was really fierce. No, it was not just over.
Where are you at?
In Houston. Yeah, Houston.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was not supposed to hit us. And it went, oh, hey, let me hang a little bit more right here. It's just like, please. Yeah, I wasn't sure how I was going to deal with this dog. Mine sort of slept through it. But
what city?
Houston.
Oh, so flat.
Yeah, it's it floods. It's like I said,
It's pancake city. It's just
it's 4 billion people, and tons of bayous and lots of
really?
if the storm comes up the way it comes up, it pushes the water up into the bays and up into the bayous. And so when it comes around and drops rain in, and it's supposed to drain into the bayous down into the bay, that's what happens to Houston. It floods. And so this turned out, because it was a little bit, I don't know how to say, it was a small storm, because it'd been so powerful before, because it wasn't huge like Harvey was. That was the reason we flooded. Harvey was literally moving 1 mile an hour, and it was gigantic. And every 24 hours it would come and dump 25 inches of rain right on Houston. And so we 50 inches of days, and so that's why that was a flood. I've been lucky. I when I bought my little house, I bought up in the Heights, which sounds ridiculous because it isn't very high, but it's higher than a lot of places. And that's why I bought up here, because it is, yes, it's a little bit more above sea level. You can see it when you literally are walking down the bayou.
Yeah.
About down, you can see you're going downhill. But it's very slight. I mean, it's not like, yeah. I mean, there are more hills where I grew up in Florida.
All right. Hold on then. All right, we do have to paint here.
Where did you get your koi? I'm just curious.
Oh, these koi, these came from just in my an artist site, free artist site. Paint My Photo, I think. This is a crop in of a crop in of a crop in. So I've gotten tighter and tighter. Now, so we're just basically painting like 3 out of 1,000 fish.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So that's why it looks, but it was such a good photo. There are like 5 or 6 different paintings in this shot of koi. So if you want to paint koi, I mean, this is the same photo. Let's see, Marsha, we painted when I was down there.
I know, it's a different version. I'm almost too nervous to paint it tonight because I did.
Now we can. You want to say, hey,
and it was
we'll
so
break your
beautiful.
arm, and so you have to do palette knife again.
Well, I'm going to do palette knife, but I got lucky on the last one. So it's like, well, do
Sorry,
your dog,
That's why.
maybe I can do the koi.
Yeah, I it in the koi because the woman where I do I work at a collective and put my art in a collective on a wall. She who runs the gallery, she's a koi person, so I don't want to take away from her kois, but I just want to learn how to do koi from you.
One koi. That's all you got to do. One koi painting, and you're done.
Oh,
It's all.
that's all
Yeah. Well,
I'm not going to steal her kois.
Don't worry about it. This is just fun. The way we paint koi totally different than anybody else. We're not coy about it.
Jim, I see
Okay.
you've got yours in portrait. Should we do portrait or landscape? Does it?
I'm sorry. I'm going to do a square. I'm going to trim this off later, about a couple inches. Or I might, but I'm just going to do it, and then I can decide if I want to trim it off the bottom, wherever it kind of goes. Might be a little bit at the top, a little bit at the bottom. I'm not even exactly sure. But yeah, I was going to do sort of a square, but it could be definitely either way. That's the beauty of this image is that it can go this way, it can go that way and look really good, and can go that way and look good, and then it can even go this way and look pretty cool. So that if you have that and you know an image like that, you should be pretty good design wise. You shouldn't be able to, you should have something that's going to work out really well. So I'm not sure, that's what I was doing. I was just going to do portrait mode, and then I'll just trim it up. So let me pull it up. And this is a beautiful one because as Marsha was saying, when I painted something just like this down in Lexington, I didn't get to really paint it because I was kind of doing a quick demo. It was supposed to be a real a sketch, but it turned out really nice, and everybody was doing such a good job. I just let them finish it. Mine was too rough, so I wanted to retry it. So here you got these koi. Let's see. Yeah, I love the red. The red is what really drives you around in this painting. You can just see it, just how it just zooms you around and around and around in this painting. So that's what I was really liking on this thing. That's why I was talking about being a pretty decent design when you flip it around and other things. It's going to have a lot of different techniques in it. We're going to look at because of just the water and the way the water and the fish kind of blend together. they both have the sort of that same kind of sleek, brush movement. It's going to be. So it's going to be very interesting. Idea of, watching out for how strong our yellows are right in here. That's one thing I would point out about this one, that yellow there, you got to watch that one because it will just draw the eye and won't let it move. So sometimes just having enough yellow up in here or a touch of yellow in certain areas that will just help move the eye around, help keep the eye moving. It's always, good idea to do in your paintings. Yeah, I like, I thought the water was really cool. I thought, you can start to see, almost little waves in this water. These guys are really causing a lot of stirring in that water. One of the things in water like this, looking for worms in the water is probably one of the keyest things to make it feel like water. Cools, you're always going to be there and stuff, but finding the worms is really the key element of making water work. And you can see that over in this area and in here. Just there was reflections coming in through it, and this warm around this bubble here. You can see that really just helps to really identify it as water for some reason. And the best way to put those things in is with a knife. Yes, there we go. Yay. There you go. Palette knife would work fabulous on that kind of stuff. A lot of cool colors in it. I've got a lot of purples and stuff, but we're going to try and, you got warm purples and other things. You got a very warm red fish coming in here. So definitely you're going to have some purples that are on the warm red side. So you got a bunch on the cool red side. Of course, we're going to probably start off with green. I could do what I did to the workshop people, make you paint with phthalo green and cad red and paint this thing. That's it. That's your only two colors you get. And that's what I did to them. And, they were making it work. So I was going, oh, geez, they're having too much fun. And I go, okay, I can't, I'll give you white. Gave them white and okay, you can have blue. So it was really, really a low amount of painted colors we did use, and it worked out really well. So, I figured, I want to try it. And, Marcia did such a good one. I couldn't let that go. We have to, try again and see if she can do it again. So, so let's see what we can do on this one. Any questions?
Yes, I'm terrorized to do it again. We didn't pick up a brush, did we? It was all palette knife, right?
You didn't. Everybody else did. You were just you couldn't because you have a bum shoulder.
No, I palette knife for my whole thing.
I know. No one else did.
Oh.
We used the palette knife at the end. Some people did, but not you. Not you. Okay. So I think that's about it. Let's move on to the palette and see what we can do there. What kind of damage we can do there.
Do you have a favorite palette knife for this kind of thing, Jim?
My palette knife is the one I always use.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really don't have a bunch of different palette knives. Yeah, you there are so many of them. I have tons of them, but I wasn't going to be doing a lot of palette knife. I was thinking about doing more. Sorry, keep going through here. I'm going to be doing more just big brush things and then bringing in the palette knife at the end. Okay, here I am. Okay. Okay. I just muted you guys all just because my phone for some reason is picking up I don't know, it's picking up me talking, so I feel like it's kind of weird. I will try to get past it very quickly here though. Anyway, there's a picture. Colors. Titanium white, cad yellow light, cad red light. Definitely gonna put on some more cad red light. It's not here too much. Cad red light, cad orange. That is cad medium. All right. You know, you would think I was the one who has had the hurricane today.
You've just been on a trip. That's why.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning to catch a flight. Anyway. So that is cad medium. That's Rembrandt's cad medium, and that's their cad red light. It's almost an orange. You can see it. It's pretty nice. This is their cad orange. This is yellow. Oh, this is a yellow, deep yellow, cad yellow deep. You don't have to have that. I was just left over from painting some other thing I had to have it out for. This is oxide red light, alizarin crimson, cobalt blue hue, phthalo green, and I got some King's blue left out. I do wish I had some transparent oxide out. Don't have it out. One second. Oh. Man, I do have phthalo green. I'm going, I'm almost out of phthalo. How can I be out of phthalo green? Yeah. I think I'm the only one who buys it.
Oh, I have a bunch of it.
Anyway, I can't fucking find the first end, I'd be fine.
I like phthalo green. I was gonna say I just bought phthalo green blue.
There you go, blue shade.
Blue. Well, I didn't say blue shade. It said it was Rembrandt. It was phthalo blue green or
Yeah.
blue phthalo green. It was weird the way it was
Oh.
written.
You know, you got to cause trouble, don't you? You had to cause trouble.
It was weird, but clearly it was more blue than the normal. I always say the phthalo green, which is my favorite, the phthalos. If I had to pick,
Well, I'll have to look for it. Oh,
yeah,
I do
maybe
have some regular phthalo blue, but
I'll s-
it's not this. Does not look like that.
no, it's in a blue tube. I'll send you.
Oh. Well,
Send you. It was weird.
okay.
Yeah. I'll send you a picture.
Okay. Thank you. I don't have birdseed. Oh man. All right. I'll do it without it. Screw it. Figure it out. Okay. Looking at this color wise. Purples. Most of these purples are kind of very grayed out. So that's why I always would say tend to go on the green side. So of course that means you go phthalo green on this one, phthalo green and alizarin. That will make a nice cool purple, right? Then you'll need, so this is on the alizarin side, and this is on the green side. Ooh, that one's really nice. This green side, I don't think I'll need it on the green side that much, so I'm gonna push this to even more on the alizarin side than green. I do want to go more purples. So we got that. Next to it, I'm going to go with blue and alizarin. Do the same thing. This one probably could, you know, will probably be able to stand more on the blue side, probably be fine. But this might be too sweet. But I just want to look at it. We get them all down to the right value. It should be fine. Other ones, I need a couple other more grayed out versions of these. I need a little bit more on the warmer purple side. So I'm going to go back with, again, phthalo green. See, I'm switching you guys up. I don't want this to look like every one of my palettes lately. Oxide red light. Yeah, you guys didn't know that was coming, right? Yeah, oxide red light. That'll make a fun green. Fun. It probably won't, you know, it's going to be interesting. But I'll be able to use it a lot in the fish, I think. So the water is just going to be a few different colors. And then I'm going to go blue with the same two colors. Or the same color as oxide red. You know, that makes a nice smoky purple. So that should be pretty nice. These colors might, like I said, be adjusted probably in the next stage when we add white to these things. I think it will be okay. So even in these darks here, you can just see that warm in these darks in the water and stuff, these little key warm spots. You can see them in there. You can use these also a little bit. So let's bring these colors down. I'm going to keep just a little bit on top. And add white to them. And I'm saying enough white. Value of this stuff is pretty dark. It's really an 8. Let's see, you know, so we'll start there. So it's not going to be a whole lot of white added to any of these colors. It should be interesting. Don't need too much left behind in the darks up there because it's mostly all midtones anyway. If we don't need to know, we can come back. So I'm adding white to this to get it to about an 8. Now we'll see that you can see the alizarin come through on it. So you can see that purple to it come out of that. So that's just, you know, really a lot of alizarin into that phthalo green to get this, to get that kind of smoky purple. You could see it in here and stuff. It might even be too dark. That might be just a hair too dark. Let's see with the green one. I thought I did a pretty good job of knocking out the green in here. So this might be a nice, really even match of green and purple. Yeah, to make this beautiful gray. And you can see when I get to the right value, it will be fine. I also have some King's Blue up there. And if I need to shift these things to the blue side, I can use that instead of white. so it doesn't really knock it out too much. That'll be fun. That'll work. The cool thing is all these colors can work if you keep them at the right value. Keep them at the same value. Will be fine. These guys always get a little rich. I thought it was rich. It might be just the right, might be right. This is the blue side, which I was thinking was going to be too sweet because of the blue in it. You know, always goes a little cool and a little candy-ish. Oh shit. Okay, it's right. All right, so those colors are going to be the main colors, and these guys are going to be that get in there and do a lot of the damage in the shadows and stuff. Oh, cool. Hey, you know, it's going to be fun. Little different, you know. All right. These are the warm ones. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, really heavy on that phthalo green. Really comes through there. Let's see, it hits a few spots, but not much. This is on the more red side. This will be grayed out. It's pretty heavy. Yeah, I can get a lot of these warm markings in the water with this. That'll be good. We'll keep that there. Let's see what the blue-gray ones here coming up. This is really where I thought the painting was going to end up being, right here. This color, and it's in there. And this is the blue side. So you really don't have to go too much brighter than these guys. I mean, yeah, you're gonna have to get a little bit brighter for the highlight colors. So we'll probably have to take this up probably to 4s values. But that's about it. That's pretty good. Okay. So let's take a piece of each one of these guys and just add more white to it. When you get to these guys, keep it clean. And we'll take these guys up to 4 now, because that will help finish off the water. This gives us plenty to play with in that water, you know, just you know, if I wanted, sometimes from side to side, I'll change, like to go from a purple on this side to cooler blues on this side. So, you know, in the reflections, just by, you want to switch them up, because you don't want, if you put the same, if I put the same color all the way through it on the same places, they'll just kind of flatten out. So I want to make sure it doesn't flatten out. Add some more white to this to lighten it up one more step. Get the blue to come out of that. Yeah, you know, tell you, it's just, that color is going to probably change as soon as you put it right next to one of these colors here. It's going to look a lot different. Like this color, you can just see, this is what I was talking about, how bright the red's coming through on this one. Might be, you're going to find it probably closer to the fish, red fish, than you're going to find probably towards any of the other ones. You're going to find a lot more of that pinkish color around these guys. You can see the blue down in here. So this is the blue side of that same thing. This is a lot of white in that. That went to probably 2s, right? I just added a ton of white to it. Oh, that's where I'll leave it there.
go back in here and just add a mid-tone here because there's a lot of this color in there. So having a few more variations of this color is not going to be bad to have. There you go. Just another step in there. Usually would get that on the board anyway, but I'll make it. See what happens with the rest of these guys. Phthalo greens, like I said, probably not a dark. These darks here. That's just sometimes around the whites it might come in handy. Let's lighten it up a little one more step. Same with this light green. I'm going to do that again too. Lighten this up. Just lighten it up. You never know. Sometimes you put it in here against the purple and it just sings. So, you know, having the colors to play with and stuff just really just can add a lot to your paintings by taking chances. And this is a good one to take chances with because color-wise, trying to, you know, create combinations that are, you know, unique and different than you usually use. So, but this one, of course, you know, still a little blues and stuff. So we got some grayed out blues in here, and they'll be nice. Not too much warms, though. We do need some yellows and some reds, and I think we'll be good to go real soon here. So we got a bunch of reds here. They're really intense in the shadow areas, and then you got the glazed over effect of water over them, and they just drop down value wise. A lot of times I'll be using these colors here in those colors just to knock them down. So let's start off with I'm gonna go with the alizarin that I don't have CAD red medium on the list for you guys, so I'm going to go with, you know, alizarin and CAD red light. I'm going to mix this up, and basically what all I'm mixing up is a CAD red medium. So, but we got to do it that way. I did not have that on the list. Okay, so it is okay on some of these fish, but this is on the cooler side. So let's leave half that pile. Come over here, and I'm going to put more CAD red into that. And for some of you guys who don't have a really strong CAD red light, you know, you might just have to go pure, almost pure on this color to get this intensity of red. As you can see, I'm getting there on a few more spots, but I'm going to need to go pop this red by itself pretty good here, you know. So this is just CAD red by itself. That's really it. That's what I was telling you guys to do. But if you don't have a good strong CAD red, if you have CAD orange, you can push that into the color, and that will push it up another notch. You know, for me, it just pushed it past it, but I wanted to show you guys that you could put CAD orange into that CAD red and make it pop again. I'll bring this one back to regular CAD red. Okay. That's a good amount of colors to start with the reds. And even the oranges, as you can see, just that CAD red orange, just a little bit of color into that, and it should work out well. CAD yellow. I mean, I'm looking at the yellow fish, very gold. And to get gold, you definitely have to use yellow and red together. So this is CAD red or CAD yellow. And some of it's really close ready if you look at the highlights. So almost a pure cad yellow, probably just a hair of white in it would probably do the job, but that's too close to it. So I'm put just a scraping of cad orange into it. So it's not too so pure. Yeah. And we'll start with that. We can always bring in some cad yellow at the end. That's going to get us into the midsections of most of that stuff. I think I'm going to take a piece of this and I'm going to add some oxide red light. Just a scraping of oxide red light in that. I'm looking for a kind of a burnt umber almost to get in here without using burnt umber, which is, you know, it's all a value thing when it comes down
Burnt
to
sienna, okay, I think burnt sienna did okay.
yeah, burnt sienna would be perfect to use.
Okay.
Burnt sienna would probably be the right one. I'm going to put just a touch of cad red into this anyway, just to spike it up a little bit, which would be more of a burnt sienna probably side. There you go. So now it's starting to get there. There we go. I'm feeling good. Feeling right. Okay. Now all we're going to do is add a little white to all these guys or colors. Let's see what happens. Let's split these piles down. These are basic, good, pretty good piles. Clean off the knife. When you get to this area here, you do need good, clean knives and stuff. You don't want to keep, because these colors have to be really clean, and if you just pollute them all too much, you get mud too really quickly. That's a nice red. That'll be nice to help in. Sometimes a photo will just give you so much, but sometimes a strong red like that will just really pop. Okay, I got a little mix here. Some sky color in here. Back down really nice. Okay.
Jim, can you slide your palette up a little? Yeah, thank you.
All right, must have knocked it. Okay, so these are reds. Instead of using white, what I'm going to use is what's really reflecting into that water, and that is the sky, right? If we use some of this blue white we got here from alizarin and cobalt blue hue here with white, a lot of white up to about a value of 4. We put that into the mix. That should really get us close to, some of these colors in here. I might have to mix some of that color up again. And instead of just using pure white, using that. Or I could use King's Blue. King's Blue is a little warm compared to this. This is a cooler blue purple here. And so that's why I was kind of hedging away from it. And it was probably a good bet. So all these guys, this is pretty much it. This is all you have to do. You might have to brighten these guys, keep brightening them up a little bit. But you're going to find that most of the colors, even in the white fish, coming out of here. Yeah, these don't have a lot of white fish. Hopefully these guys, let's see what happens here. I am going to use white on the yellow. Sorry, didn't want to jump. I use blue. We're just going to get green, and that's not going to help. A little bit more white in these colors, and they'll help me get around that fish nicely. That one too. Let's see what happens. it'll be in this fish. It'll be in up in here, and I can use it in this bubbles and little spots, and probably in this guy. I really don't have anything for the white fish. Let me see. White fish. These guys here. I think what I'm going to doing is taking a little gray, a little bit of warm here, mixing them together and graying it out. And then adding a ton of white to it. It's looking like it has a little bit of yellow coming through it too, so that would be good to have. So let me see if I can get close to what I know. That's in there, but it's not. It's almost too warm. So you put this here, and you can start to see the pinks and stuff come on. So that tells me I'm going to save a piece of this. Come over here and steal some pinks. Say, okay, is it pink? Definitely is pink. Good. So how you do it? You put it up right next to it. And the color is almost tells you what color it's supposed to be. This one's not bad either. I'm going to take this brown here and take this way up to since it's white, it's way up here. So it's nice to have a nice yellowish warm one like this, a kind of mid-tone one, and then a red one. So I can always put that in here, put that in there. They're not even really white yet. So I might, at the end really come back and pop some white into these last colors. Do the same with it. White, like so. Okay, I'll go through the colors here and we'll see how this works out. We start off with phthalo green and alizarans. Phthalo green's alizarin side. This is phthalo green side coming down. A lot more alizarin I put in these than normal. So when they came down here, they just kind of beautiful grayed out nicely. Start off with a cobalt blue hue and alizarin. This is on the blue side where I'm working on right there. And that is on the alizarin side. This is phthalo green and oxide red light. Green side, red side coming down and grayed out. Got grayed out again. Here we start off with blue and oxide red. And the same thing. I kind of ran out of so, on the dark side, red side. That now. Bringing back down the red side, blue side. The fish themselves, we start off with alizarin and phthalo green oxide. Sorry, alizarin and cad red light. Came up with this color, which is basically cad red medium. Here we added more cad red into it, cad red light into it. Then we added cad orange into it. Then we added more cad orange into it. And then we added over here, we had cad yellow and just a little bit of this color, I think, into it. I mean, it was barely any. But over here, we did add yellow and oxide red together and brought those guys down. So we all brought these guys down. Then I went up for the white fish and some other spots, really a little bit hotter. So we came over here and took some of this red one here. This is cad red and cad orange and alizarin together with a ton of white. Oh, this has sky in it too. Down in here, down these four, instead of adding white like I did with the yellows, I added this blue uh, blue grade out sky into as my white. And then over here, I just beefed it up, took some more white in that, white into these guys. That came from that, that came from that, that came from that. So I have a cool one, a couple warm ones, and then kind of a neutral one for the fish. But I'll also be painting these in greens here too. So if I have to, that'll be fun too. Should be fun. All right, we'll see you all next week. Bye. Oh, I'm so funny. Sometimes I forget to laugh, right? Any questions? No questions. I like you guys. That's why I like you guys so much. No questions. Just go on and, you know, get busy. So let me bring this in. I am going to be painting on a 20 by 24 canvas. And it's a good size. I'm thinking about trimming it down to 20 by 20. So cutting off 2 inches, 4 inches, I'm going to try, I'll probably, work it down into here and probably stop right about here and think about that being a good place to trim it off and stuff like that. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's where I am. I'm always thinking. It can be square, but that also leaves me with the opportunity. If it does just like somehow glow, when I get there, I'll just leave it. I can leave. I don't have to cut it. I don't have to do anything else. I can, just go with it. So I will look at that. This guy back here. Back that far. Okay. Okay. This isn't truly too bad of a printout from what I have up there, so we should be pretty good. So I'm just going to leave it here, and if I can point to it, I'll point to it. Toning the canvas. Let's see, what's a good color? Oxide red. Go with some warm grayed out. It'll gray out some of the purples, keep it from getting too crazy. So that, I don't know what. Also going to be and this is a one that if you have bad brushes, could be a good time to use them. This is an old brush that I've tried to save, even though it's, cheap brush. I thought I'd try to see if I could save it a little bit. So we'll see what it does. I'm just going to use it for, I don't want too many great marks. So I'm going to start off some bad ones that I can always put great ones over, ideal-wise. So I'm going to paint it down to about here. So I'll cheat it down extra inch.
And we're done. Don't those look just like fish? They look perfect. Yeah, right. Okay. All right. I think that's a good strong red. I could probably never get that yellow out of there. There we go. Now you can see the fish just emerging through this. Just going to draw in kind of where they're going to kind of go. You know, we need this one white fish down in here coming down. So I'm probably going to trimming it right about here. So
What color are
right
you?
I I am using a oxide red light.
Okay, still oxide red.
So all big arcs. There we go. Just like half moons. Just a little bit rounder than on one, not as flat on one side, but half moons. Right?
Or
What?
banana.
Or bananas. Bananas. There you go. Bananas would probably be right. Bananas would have been probably a better. Yes, it would have been better. Yellow. So, you know, they have, of course, they have their things. This fish here comes over his tail here. It's probably one of the ones that probably has the only real face you can identify strongly with. You know, you can see at least one good eye here, you know, and face that is in the right angle. With koi, it's just, sometimes it's really hard to get those guys. So that's, I mean, get their eyes and stuff like that, because they're all just shapes moving in the water. I like that one, that one. And this one, nothing there. This one just bumps bodies with this guy. So these two hit. Right there is a good spot to know about. That's power to it. It's gonna. Okay. It sort of has an eyeball. It's all right. Bubble right in here. It's a pretty big bubble right there. Almost and slide it out of the middle here a little bit more. I'll bring it over here. Slide this stuff over just a hair more, so I could, you know, slide everything over where I can get out of the middle. Something like that. The nice thing is these are koi, and there's not a whole lot you can go wrong. Famous last words, right? Yeah, not much go wrong, I don't think.
Anything's going on at the top of the very top. You've just made some swishy marks in the middle.
Up here?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's this red spot.
it's just a
In the-
spot. Yeah, okay,
It's just an idea.
okay.
Mostly, yeah, it's nothing, not a, yeah, nothing to live or die by. Just right now, just pushing these things around, trying to get enough space in here for things. So keep pushing this guy over a little bit more. And that means I got to push this guy over more. Oh, I got to push this guy in more because it starts to get weird shapes. Negative shapes are getting too. They want to keep this guy close. I'm going to keep him over there. But yeah, this one tight. Not too much to say. All right. Fun. All right. Now, in these areas of swirls and you're going to find rings and rings and rings. I think we talked about that last week about, well, I mean, we've been painting water, I think, all week, the whole time. Painting different types of water. This one should be no big deal. I shouldn't have to say much because of we talked about it. Some people did kick-ass chickens last week too, I must say. My God, you girls, embarrassed me. It made me put mine away.
Those were some fine chickens.
They were good, some good fried chicken. That's what that was. Boy. And next day, kick the living snot out of those chickens. Boy, very cool. And they didn't overwork them, which is really even more impressive. Okay. Now this guy, these white ones, they should come out. I think almost color-wise, just wiping this back to a little canvas color. I'm probably going to get value at least. It's going to be almost good to go. I'm always thinking that way. Got to pay attention the whole time while you're what's going on. Anyway, well, it's kind of fun. That's the fun thing about painting koi is that they're so abstract. It is like you are painting an abstract thing here. Okay, big brush, big ideas. That's what we're going to go for. We're going to start off with our darks. Probably thinned out too. These guys are not going to have a ton of darks, but what I'm going to try and do is figure out these areas in here underneath these fish that are going to, push these fish to the top. So yeah, we're going to still use these darks, but they're going to be thinned out. They're not going to be like full potency. But, so this is that phthalo green and alizarin going in here to this fish here. Here's that bubble right here, right that bubble. So the big bubble too. It's weird. So I don't know. Sometimes, when I do bubbles, it's like the less you do on them, just kind of like I do a lot of things. The less you do, the better the outcome. So you try not just to hit it and go, just say it's done, and not go back to it. So what I'm going to do is just go through this blue here, the purple version, and as you can see, is it's toned out pretty well. And just get these lower areas, these side areas, and this water. And this is just on the alizarin side, maybe when I get over here, I'll probably switch to a green side. So that's what I'm thinking. As you can tell, I got a lot of green in my, maybe I do it right here. I have to do it right here. Since I touched, yeah. Okay, I'm on the green side now. Okay, green side's going up top, purple's going down below. So, okay, switch of plans. Usually I go to side. Maybe I'll just do this. Yeah, it'll work. Oh, still going to be bringing in the purple. I'm just rain out of the purple, the red side of it, really. I have so little of it. Because I took and added so much white to it because I was thinking it was going to go in here too. But as you can see, this mess is just starting to swirl. One of the things, just letting it swirl a little bit. I am, looking for arcs in here. And a lot of it is just arcs. Yes. So this is just phthalo green and the alizarin that's all I'm working again with. It sounds like a broken record to me too. I'm sorry. That's just the way these paintings go. Sometimes you got to start with your darks. And you only have so many of them. I mean, it's either blue or it's going to be a phthalo green. And I've been working out so well with the phthalo green side, so I just staying there. Gonna put it in dark and just thin it out. Oh, went right over his fin here. There's a little fin right here. Oh, it came out. Good. And so it's even, just basically big shapes. And yeah. Okay, just gonna rub this in a little bit more here, so and leave it. All right, hey, that's pretty cool. All right, working with the darks, you're gonna find out that they are. The nice thing about them is they are usually a lot of transparency going on because of their darks. I'm not sure it's just the amount of oil they use, but they all just seem very transparent. All right. Next thing, I'm pretty much going to go through and do almost the same thing, value things. The next colors are alizarin and blue, though. And this is on the alizarin side. And I do have a lot more of this color than I did with the other one, so. But what I'm hoping was gonna happen is the oil I put down from the last from the greens and the stuff like that would, soften this area up a little bit. So I'll get some nice transitions of from darks and lights and midtones without really using any white. And what that will do is just create a lot of feeling of transparency in the water. And again, I'm not too worried about marks, anything. So I'm looking for darker areas again, like in between tails, right around the bubble. Probably a good thing of it being around the bubble is, that means we're really going to have to paint that bubble because it's going to be pretty close to what, your focus of your painting is. So, which would have been this red fish here, pretty much because he's close to the middle, but he's also, red and has a lot of contrast around him, and just a bunch of arcs, nice arcs around him. So what I'm using is just big strokes, simple, big strokes. Looking at arcs again, just how these arcs follow around. They will not look like anything for the longest time, but if you keep following the arcs around with your brush, all of a sudden, when you just keep changing colors and changing a little size, a little thing like that, these arcs pretty much start to come alive. And it's the neat thing is when they start to line up. That's one thing about arcs, that they line up. They do, or the rings and stuff, they do have a rhythm to them. And they usually show up after you do like 3 or 4 colors. So you can start to see the colors start to make the rings. So even when I'm putting these things in, it looks pretty random how I'm putting in these marks here. But as long as they're going into a arc like this, that's pretty much they're going to work. And then, there's things you aren't going to be able to be perfect, unless you're really, drawing this out, fully and stuff. You're not going to be able to get all these interesting, with all the arcs to work right. So don't worry about it. They just have to kind of connect. They kind of just one runs into the next one, and they keep moving. And there's no beginning, no end.
I didn't know that koi was so profound.
I tell that is just the way I am. I can't help it. I am a profound koi person. Anyway.
Actually, I do like fish for interesting reasons, and maybe it's not profound, but they just fascinate me.
They are
Yeah.
interesting to look at, aren't they?
And
They
I think
are.
because they're in the water, and so there's just something very, it's so not related to the way, we are.
Yeah, and koi especially.
Yeah.
Not just like bass or something like that. Koi are just so colorful.
And they have personalities. I mean, I don't.
Seems like it, yeah.
Yeah, they really do.
They get really pretty old too.
Oh yeah,
So
Yeah. and they get grouchy.
feed me.
Yes, very.
Yeah. Hopefully well, I'm gonna go to a Japanese garden in Toulouse. They're supposed to have some pretty great koi. So hopefully I'll be get some more shots for koi for us. Right? More koi. Yeah. Fun. All right. Just messing up here a little bit, connecting some things and pushing them off. Okay. Just got to go through my colors. I'm not going to worry about the really, my greens, which would be my next colors, which would be the phthalo and oxide red colors. I'm not going to put those guys in here. They're good because I want to put them on top. And I got to have my midtones in. They're one of the last things. I want to put them into my knife. And so I'm going to try and get through to my midtones first. I'm not going to even go to my really dark oxide red and blues either. This is pretty much it. I mean, everything else is now it's all midtones. I mean, even these guys are too dark. But what they're doing is really solidifying underwater, the dark stuff that's underwater, so you got enough of that in there that the next colors, the lighter ones, as long as you always leave some dark in there, it's going to have, just going to be really, good bunch of layers, and going to be a lot of, feel really chaotic, but it's also going to be really coolly well designed, I think. Okay. So I'm just going to go back now and start my midtones. Oxide reds and phthalo. So the first color is going to be alizarin phthalo green with white. So it's a purple, gray purple. And it's like we said, number 8. That number 8 is still almost into some of these colors that are already in here. And like I said, this cool purple here. We're going to find it underneath here, going through. And this is what I want to be able to do, is just stroke it, those darks, and get.
Jim, can you repeat what pile you grabbed?
This is alizarin and phthalo green on the alizarin side.
Okay,
It's kind of a red. It's kind of a. It's the purplier green color.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, it's not the green side. Green side's going to come up right in the middle though. This purple, I kind of just when I'm just you lay it down, you start to see how it reacts. You can start to see it's really down low here that it's affecting everything. I'm going to try and do just really really big, goofy strokes for all the water down in here, and not get caught up in the little stuff. I'm thinking of some of this color values are pretty good already, so I'm going to play with those. And here, I think this is where it needs to be lightened up. gonna stop there though. I think that's as high as I want to take this color. I don't think it goes too much more up here. Okay. Cool. Let me try it here. I think it might go these spots here. And a lot of times is this everything starts to go against the grain. Put all that stuff in, and then all of a sudden this next color comes in, but it goes, in a different direction. And what you're trying to do is put that color in without, like we said, wiping out all the color that you just put in. So always a touch, very, soft touch. Let's do this to the green side. And I was seeing that like almost right in here. Right into his face, right in this stroke here. So I find that stroke and that kind of tells me where, those little places I should look for that color. What maybe that color falls down in here lower than I thought it did. Makes it much more interesting than when you start to get this overlap. You want overlap of color, but you don't want to, you're not like trying to wipe out the other color. You're always just trying to get them both to be in the same space at the same time, which is the hardest thing about painting, I would think. Not to lose your transparencies in your paint. You get all this little extra stuff going on here, and that's where all the interesting things are. And so it's don't leave that. That looked pretty good. That area now it's a little heavier. Now it gets heavier and heavier on top. This is the color. I swear, when I was mixing it up, was I don't really see this color in here. So it's like now that I'm painting with it and putting it against these purples, it's like it's like probably one of the key colors in this background. So I always feel bad that I might have misled you guys. Not that bad, really, but just a little bit. Okay. That's the way color is. Sometimes you just don't know what color things are until you start laying them out. Just have fun. I sound like Bob Ross. Ooh, yeah. Look for those happy accidents. Okay. Most of these colors here, what I'm doing is just there's this arc here, and I'm just I'm just going around it. Just keeps taking me around each time. I'm just adding more color to the arc and not trying to lose another color. Still let all the other colors breathe in that same space. Starting to come quickly. That's what I like about koi. You got to paint them pretty much ferociously. Can't play with them too long. You got to really put the paint down and go. And we are pretty much made for that with our palette, the way we handle our palette. It is, you know, very, after you have that paint made up, everything can go pretty doggone quick. You know what, you know, where your colors are supposed to go. You start laying them in there, and you start seeing this bubble here. Just nibbling at it right now, finding where the colors go, finding where that this green goes in here. You know, there's just this little arc right here that pops against it, and then there's an arc here, kind of forces you back in, and then there's this arc in the middle. It starts to come down in the middle. Half the thing is just identifying shapes. And that's another thing that just speeds things up. Just being able to identify your shapes quickly. Lay them in there. Okay. It's like trying not to lose any more dark in that water. I mean, I do have some warm darks that are going to be coming in here, but these guys are key. All right. Yeah. Well, let me look at the blue side of this. This is alizarin and blue with white. Now, when I mixed the color up, I was thinking this was I mixed it up. I said that was color that was in here. It looked like, you know, might be what I'm looking for. Now that I really look at it, I think there's only a few spots that it's going to end up going in. Not going to be quite as heavy as I really thought it was going to be. Maybe it's the whiter version of it. I think it's could do it, but I think this is just one of those little, going to be one of the little spotty colors. In fact, now. Yeah, it's not gonna keep getting too many spots. And really do anything over here either. Maybe over this spots. More around the back edge of this redfish. You can see some oxide or some cad red in or alizarin blue coming in here. Anyway. I can use it in the back. I think it may be up top. Maybe on the very top. Help me keep it from going off too much. I can bring it down with that. So this is alizarin and blue up here with white to like an 8. So that helped out a little bit. A lot of places just gonna be a spot, you know. A lot of glare. You guys probably get a lot of glare on this one too. Right in here. Just twist that brush off too. Always helps. All right. Color color down already. Oh. All right. I'm going to switch over to the blue grayer side. These are oxide red and phthalo blue and blue. With this is the kind of very grayed out. to grade out purple. I'm not going to even worry about, getting it into the fish a little bit more. That's okay. Getting it in these areas. Yes, that's good. And you can see sometimes just how light it looks, but it's really not that light. So this area here, just gonna twist my brush off, trying to make marks. Keep interesting marks going. Rocking my brush to get the same mark. I'm going to also think about, really start to take it easy on this. Hit only the spots like glares in here that are really big ones. And pretty much those are all the spaces I left alone, because I was thinking I could see how strong that color was in there. This is oxide red and blue. This is on the blue side. I'm going in here with this guy. I might come back in with some of the purple a little bit into it too now. But I was playing with it in here. All I did was knock out all my darks, and I was going, I just told you guys don't knock out your darks, and here I'm pretty much knocking out every one of them. So I said, leave that alone. Leave that alone. I've got other bigger fish to fry. So you guys are gonna get all my fish jokes. Congrats. Okay, so that's really a lot lighter than I thought it would be. That should be, maybe it's this gray here instead. Yeah, okay. So this color here is more oxide red and phthalo green. I mean, oxide red and blue that it was on the blue side. It's more on the red side. It needed to be grayed out just a little bit more. Blue just starts to sing. Okay. Very easy to overdo it. I'm going to stop there because everything else is just going to get, filling in too much. So I want it to, I think it's already messy. All I got to do is fine tune some shapes. I should be good. So what we're going to do is move into the
Fish.
fish. Yes, let's move into the red fish. Red fish. We're not even going to use the high key light colors. Let's make sure we got what the fish, how they react to these colors we have. I mean, we have everything we need. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, so make sure I got spaces filled in so I don't have to take out too much. Down a little bit. All right. So the first ones, we go with the alizarin and cad red by itself, really kind of rich spots. And we're gonna just hit these really dark spots, really where the water is just really crinkled up there. And you'll see it. These guys should be an arc. Gonna arc this whole thing. This is what they're gonna be. They're just gonna be part of the same arc. That's what they are. Tone in down a little bit of the face here. That color, it's just going to gray out a little bit just because of we'll be trying to cut its way in here a little bit. Big shape here, and you got a little shape here. Red there. Got a red here on that guy. This guy here gets pretty much a heavy dose of that color too. I just have more alizarin. Just in that. I'm gonna really know the side of his face here is really kind of gonna catch a little more dark coming in and then getting that nose. Back here and then twisting up. Catching a thin shape. Okay, I'm gonna look for that color a little few more other places. This has gotten kind of rich, in fact. Almost a little too dark for places, but anyway. That's where that red spot is, right up here. And again, these are koi, right? So we don't have to be, their markings, we don't have to worry about them being perfect because they are so, just like a cat, like a calico cat. You know, you can't, from one cat to the next, the marking is going to change. So we don't have to worry too much about that. I'm just putting a little warmth already in the goldfish here. Trying to figure out the shape. A lot of times, like you build the shadow of that fish to help give it the full structure. So I'm trying to do it just with a little red. Is going to come back in with, you know, oranges and all these other colors on top of it.
He looks bigger than everybody else.
Does he?
Yeah. I think he's been eating more than everybody else.
He's a fat one.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a little faster than everybody else. He was, at least. It could be the yellow in them too. I think the yellow color probably could, you know, make it look that way.
So, not that. Moving along. There's always so much to do, though, right? Always so much more to do. That's just one color of red. We got like 6 more to go. But it's always less and less and less. This next color, let's try this one. These are still pure colors without any gray tones to them. So I want to see about how they look here. This red here for this face. Catching the top of this face here, a little bit more red in that. That's not bad. It goes a little bit more orange in his back end as he goes back here. So I'm going to go jump down here and grab some orange. For this section, just let it, let the brush do my blending there. Instead of working about it too much. Good enough. Good enough. Look for that red again. He's going to be probably in all the ones with white in them that are, there's guys definitely seem like they have a warmer red than this guy does. This guy's red has seems like it has a lot of sky in it. Looks like we got. Like I said, the great thing about these guys is they are almost abstract. The more you can just make it about just fun strokes that happen to come together and make a fish, I think that's what's so cool about doing these guys. Only painted them a few times. Yeah, I painted them a lot now. Lately, I've been painting more. So, and I find it usually the fewer you do, like this one, the more interesting the negative spaces are around the fish, and they really kind of almost add to the the whole thing. So much nicer. Okay, so all right, saying that, now I'm going to go in here and just let's get to this guy. He's a little more orange in this section. So this is the Cad Red and Cad Orange mix going into the middle with no really no other colors. No sky yet added. So when the sky gets added, I think that's bumps this thing a little bit. This guy gets most of this color. I'm looking for not a perfect arc. I'm looking for real, like almost where you can see where he bulges out and it doesn't bulge out. Just have to give it some life. And again, the yellow fish gets hit with a little bit more orange coming in here. Those guys are red, different reds. That one has already been hit. This guy really doesn't get hit much. Okay. That's not bad then. Let's
Let's go to the goldfish. This yellow out of the way. So got to be pretty clean here. We'll put it in pretty quickly. This is yellow. Just a touch of red in it, a bunch of white. And now I'm just adding just a little bit of oil to my brush. Get that yellow just to go in here pretty cleanly. And I'm just gonna manipulate it around a little bit. That's about as bright as I gotta go here. And this guy, that's pretty much it. Anything else is like a good tone. Okay, anything else with yellow? Like I said, find things that are gonna be yellow. We'll make some more yellows. I'm going to go up here and take the orange version, the oxide red light with the cat orange, and see about bringing that into this guy now. Little areas here around here, and we have a couple whiskers here. And I'm going to keep this thinking about the water as I put them in and stuff, of how they kind of just, everything's just a little jittery. It doesn't go in just perfect. All right, kind of just a couple breakups. So some of that red starts to show through that we've just been throwing in there. And all these markings, these scale markers out here, that's for you guys to decide if you want to do them. Need them. Okay, one of the big things about these guys too, is again, getting things to line up from the fish to the water, that the water, these things have like a connection. They connect, but don't connect, they connect, but not really color-wise, they don't connect, but you can just see a movement that they connect. That's it. So I look for things like that, and that really helps. That really keeps the motion of the painting going too. Okay. That fish should come along pretty quick. I think it's good enough for now. That's not too much to say. All right. Some of this orange I have from here. There is this fish here up here. It catches just a little bit of color in here, which would be great to get in here because of, like I said, you want to move this color around. So get a koi up here would be a couple marks. good. Here's the chest. What was that? Who's that?
Me,
Ah,
I'm behind.
hurry up. No more. We're gonna be done. Well, this is one of those ones you'll sneak up on, and I think you find out you finish it pretty quickly. I'm just gonna hit the whites. I'm gonna go these whites. I'm gonna go a little darker than the white first. I'm gonna go. This is and start hitting some of these mid-tone reds that are said mid-tone reds. They're the ones with that have some blue in them. And you can see that just too bright. Too bright. So finger touch it in. Now it's not. That's what these are the colors I was thinking was going to be right here on the outside of this fish here. That. And that was it was red and cat orange in white. Just a little bit of blue in it. Yeah. That's what this color is right here. At least that's where I think it came from. Pretty sure it did. Again, I'm just going to hit some blue too as I go here, just when I start to fill in these spots. And keep that to the outside of the shape here, the fish, and that'll help give it a little weight, give it a little shadow there of the fish, so it's not a flat white. Then also work that color on the outside of the fish here on the other side. So the light of the colors of the fish are right in the middle of the fish. So, yeah, well. Now that my brush is dirty enough, I keep talking about that dirty brushes and stuff. When the brush gets dirty, look for it. Where else it could go besides where you have it. You're gonna find that this color kind of hits a lot of the fins areas that are transparent. I'll bet you this color. So it's kind of kind of an orange, kind of peach gray, and I was thinking that could be the body of this bubble here. Not really. It should have been. This is where I wish I had transparent oxide red in today. But hey, we're gonna make it work without it. I can mix that. I think really just basically adding some yellow and green to it. We'll do it. Yeah, I could do that. That one I don't need no stinking transparent oxide green. I can make my own. Now, So now it's getting a little bit greenish yellow mix tone. Interesting, especially these whites. Kind of graze those guys out. Look for it. You can come back and find a few areas here. It's, just maybe it's just orange. Yeah, I'll work. It's a look for these worms a little bit. It's really getting down to where I'm gonna be hitting my lighter colors pretty much for these fish. I'm trying to just put them in as simple as I can. Okay, starting to come here. And I'm starting to use the lighter whites. And, big areas here on the white fish. Oh, I said we mixed up that red. So this is that. A little bit of it. Red, white. Moving back into this guy. Okay. Now you can see that a lot of areas are probably just too bright when you start putting in this white and stuff. They start to get a little bit, things just start to jump a little bit. So we're gonna have to watch your contrast. That's what I'm trying to see, I guess. All right. Now let's see if I go back in here with some of these reds with just a little bit of blue in them. Now I can start to knock down just some areas here that are a little rich on the outsides. These this fish here, the outside area. Following where that where it takes me. Okay, a little bit brighten up this guy a little bit by being able to tone down a few of these reds on the spots here. This guy. Try adding some blue, purple in this color, red. See if we can, how that works right here on this area here. That's the kind of stuff that when you wanted to really connect with the, like, find a spot on the outside that, you know, a highlight that this color can really kind of connect with as it comes through and hits a spot and, you know, goes on its merry way here. Use the edge on this fish this side. A little bit. I don't want a hard edge at all. I want almost, he's a little bit farther underneath the water there. So just losing that hard edge, so it's really a soft edge, and then maybe coming back with a finger and pushing in a few spots. Okay. Okay. Then I'm just going to pretty much, now I don't think I have to go too much brighter anywhere. And this is the lightest color I have. Like there's only, it's too bright for that spot. The only other spots over here when I really don't want to put one over there. So I'm gonna leave that. That's as light as it's gonna go. Okay. Now refinements. And I think that's gonna all come with these, especially in the water and stuff. Just a few lighter grayed out colors. So I'm thinking, yeah, I think it's more of a phthalo green and alizarin purple mix. Pretty light, pretty grayed out here for my highlights in the water here. I use my finger to overlap things so I get some of this color to overlap the fish, these ripples to overlap the fish. When they get too strong like this, just push them back a little bit. Not too horsey. That's be the ticket on this one too. Make sure that water does come over that fish edge. Yeah, you can see the edge pretty easily, but then you get this, this water coming just. You see a line of spot of water go across the whole back. Pretty cool. We still got markings and stuff like that to do. And put in brightness everywhere. And I still got some green yet to put in. Okay, That is a good point. Let me finish up putting this color in though first. Where the heck is this drip coming from? I need a more darker red back here. It's just a little flat in this back tail here. This feels like it goes all too many one color areas. Just need to get a few colors in there. A few values at least, you know, a couple changes of value. Much better. Okay. Okay, we put in a couple more. What time is it? I mean, 9:16. Oh, we are right on time for the big stuff. Great. All right, knife work. That's not going. I've pretty much gone through all my colors. You know, the knife is pretty much going to make this work. I'm going to start with that phthalo green oxide red mix. These are on the green side. Let's see what happens here. Almost connects right here between these two fish. This is the only way you can pretty much get it in there. Now you can see what probably could have went darker, lighter. Well, let's see what happens. I'll find a few other spots for that. Go with some eddies here. Yeah. You know the color is? It should be cad red and phthalo green. Put that down. Just makes a little red brown. It's pretty cool. So right here. Yeah. Down in here. This is a heavier cad red than phthalo green area down in here. You can just see how it just start to pop through here. That's where you start to get these little spots that overlap the fish and the water. You know, and it's usually not too Too huge of a spot. Doesn't barely gets the fish. It's mostly the water. And again, this color we didn't mix up with just cad red and phthalo green. Mostly cad red coming in here. And at the end to finish it up. Like I said, it just nibbles here and there on the outside of the fish. For a few spots inside the fish. This guy especially. And then definitely on this bubble. I don't know why I kept thinking, yeah, it could have been transparent oxide. It's wrong. Cad red and phthalo green to do a perfect fill. So this bubble. Mostly on the red side again. Okay. That's, be getting a few more spots here, and that'd be about it. I mean, I'm gonna say I probably want just a hair darker than this. Well, a couple of degrees darker. That's okay as long as I stayed with that thinking all the way through. It's fine. See, I get to make this stuff up. Yeah, maybe it doesn't, but it'll be fun. I'm painting in the same key at least, not like trying to jump back up. So I know if I do go really bright and try to get to all that in there, it will just come back to be a mess. Just make a few marks. One last line. And we should be close enough. Red in this color. A few bubbles here and there. And now I got room to lighten up a few spots if I wanted to, but we'll be good. And then you put these little waves on top. leaves here and there. Too bright. But the idea that what these guys do, and you put just a little bit of line of a shadow underneath them. That's why I always like cutting them with a knife. If I go back here with oxide red and blue, and mostly in the red side, kind of a red brown. Yeah. And I just put a line on the shadow side. All right, just looking at a few other spots here. I could put a dot. Put that in and then go back in and put in a few dots. And you're good. It's a start. I'm going to probably look at it again tomorrow and see. There's a few spots here. Probably find my transparent oxide. I just don't want to keep digging for it in front of you guys and wasting more and more of your time. So, you know, especially when you can just make these colors pretty easily anyway. So, last little thing maybe. You know, we got a lot of little air pockets. Get a few of these things that kind of go across this guy. Just arcs or dots here and there. Just, you know, that's will add so much to this thing. Okay, enough. Well, let's see what you guys have got. See if I can help. Bring it in. So you can start to see a little bit of work to do on the fish. The yellow one, like I said, don't want to give him too much love because he will take over the painting. Because it's already ready, you know, blue and red, blue and yellow going together. You got a bunch of reds up there, and you start going up top. So that's where I am. Oh. Wow. Anyway, let's see what you guys have. See how you guys did. So turn on your stuff, and we will give it a look and talk. And let's see. We'll go. We're probably going to go a little long anyway here.
Do we have to?
Yes, you do. You especially. You know, you did such a fine chicken last time, Kathleen. You deserve to get. Yes, you're the
I
only one.
deserve to have a lemon, right?
You need to be knocked down a couple steps because that you know don't want you getting so cocky on us all the time.
Well, I think I'm getting knocked down because I do better fishing than painting them.
Well, come on, Jack. We'll love this.
Well, let me see if I can. All right. Well,
Here we go.
that's a picture.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, here's mine. No.
Oh, there you go. What are you talking about? That's a great start.
Oh, thanks. I don't know. My water's pretty mucky and I don't know what
Yeah.
I'm doing with it, but
Okay, you're just looking for patterns. That's what I'm looking for. I look for is and how these patterns kind of connect and go through the on top of the fish and stuff too. And a lot of times they just barely get the edges of the fish, and they create the transparencies of the water above the fish. You know, and can kind of give the fish volume.
yeah, I was
Mm.
trying to like put a few of the colors on top, but I know you have to be careful or otherwise it's going to turn to muck. But, well, it already is a little, but
It's okay. It's okay. I think
Okay.
sometimes look for the cooler colors. If it looks like muck, if it looks dirty,
yeah,
that means it's too warm. So look for the cooler version of that color,
okay.
which you probably mixed up. Would probably help it. And
You
stuff.
think a little more
I don't really
green?
I don't really see a whole lot of muck.
Oh,
No, I can see the greens and I can see the blues and yeah, you're missing a little bit of the grayed out purples. That's about it.
okay.
When you get the grayed out purples going in on top a little bit of these things, really that's probably what's the reflection. It is not like a bright blue day. It's more of almost a little bit, a little more overcast.
Yeah. I think my printout came out kind of blue and that's why but
Yeah, that's why you're pushing it and stuff.
yeah.
But your fish are looking really good though. Your fish are looking really, really good.
All right. Well,
Shape wise, color wise. So, just take it easy when you're working on the water and stuff. Just keep it simple. Don't get it too
Okay.
more complicated than it has to be.
all right. I'll play around with it. See what happens.
Okay. All right.
Thanks, James.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Let's see. Lisa P, turn your stuff on. Everybody, turn your
Comment.
stuff on. Boy, a bunch of, we were chickens last week. We were chickens last week, not this week. There's Lisa.
Comment.
Okay, got Kim, turn your stuff on. Marcia, Mike, Kim. Who else? Okay, Lisa's up. Look at those. That's a nice thing. You got some fluid water moving nicely over these guys. That looks really good. It is a lot to get done very quickly. Especially if you're like Lisa and you like to work really kind of tight and stuff and then work. So getting this much done is pretty great for her. Have you painted the white fish at all?
Just starting.
Okay,
And
I was gonna say,
no, I haven't done the one on the right. I haven't done much.
okay, just watch how bright those guys are.
It looks like a
Yeah.
baby nursery fish on the left.
Your goldfish is good. The yellow one. And the red ones, I think you caught those guys really quite well, color wise. Yeah, just look for the other spots of red from the other fish in there, and I think will help move things around a little bit more too, color wise. But I think even the spots on them are well done on the whitefish. Yeah, color looks good too. I mean, all the watercolor. Very nice.
A lot of glare.
Yeah, a little bit of glare, but not too bad, really. I can see the blues and stuff and grays and stuff. It looks like, just I always say, you gotta venture over the fish at one point and
I'm afraid.
you are gonna mix it up a little bit. Just
Yeah,
take it
I
in.
haven't.
The key thing is to just take it in just a little. Take the wave in just about a little bit into the fish and break the line. You don't have to break all of them. You're just breaking a couple lines with the top of waves and arcs and stuff. Just catch
I
the
will. I
ones
haven't
that.
picked up the knife yet.
Okay. I mean, you can do it with a
I'm
brush
afraid.
too. You can brush it in there. You don't have to do it with a knife. But
Okay.
just to get a few waves going over that, and they'll sit down. That's what I'm just saying. The whitefish might be too bright right now for that
Okay.
spot.
Yeah, I can
I'd
knock them back. I see
make sure
that.
they are knocked down before
Okay.
I'd put those things over.
Okay.
And then there's always glazing. You ever have any problems? But that's design wise, it's come along. It looks fine. Like the square. See, it works
Yeah, it's
great in the
little too.
square.
It's only about 12 inches, I think.
Yeah, that's good. You can sell it and get rid of it. People want small stuff. Okay, Kim.
Thanks.
No worries. It looks great. Good start. Okay, Kim. How'd you do?
I caught up.
Yeah, you screamed there at one time. You let out a wail.
It was
Oh, see, this is what happens when you do the colors right. You do get that nice. You get a nice swirly effect when you get the value of the water just a little bit lighter. That's really nice, Kim. Okay. Yep. You could beef up the oranges into the reds here and there.
yep.
But and then probably you're probably going to bring back a few of the darks. But that could be just with the warm shadow colors and stuff. Well, you did put them in there, but I think it's when you start putting them in all over on the back side of the redfish and stuff like that. That'll help bring some darks into it.
Yeah.
And you do already have some water going over the tops and starting to get the translucency and pushing the fish underwater a little bit. You probably have to do the white one a little bit more because I think he's a little bright.
What, this one over here?
Yeah, he's just a touch bright. I think he definitely. But shape wise, perfect. So it's just really just adding a little thing. You can start to see it really affect really well. That's working really well in the other whitefish. On your other hand, you can see that when you get that, when you get that dark reflection going across there, that worked. That worked really well, and you can start to see that. So it's going to work really well. That's going to be nice. Congrats. Okay. That's going to be, you got some nice movement going there. Nice swirls. Congrats.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, Marcia. Come on, Marcia.
Okay.
Take two.
She's about sleeping. She's sleeping.
Here it is.
Okay. Did you use your knife on all of it or not?
A lot, 90% of it, which is why it's so weird. But anyway.
It's coming. It's fun.
It's getting there. It's getting there. It's getting there. It's breathing hard, Jim. It's breathing hard. It's almost there.
Okay. It's starting. It's almost alive. See if it breathes on its own, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, keep working it. Definitely keep working it.
I mean, it's just, let's see. It looks too bright. Wait a minute. Does that help it? Is that better?
That's that does it. Knocks down the highlights out of it and stuff. I think that's going to come along really well. I think your shapes and drawings are fine. Everything's going value wise. Yeah, the fish are good. I think you did a better job on the water value than I did. So that's, that you have that going for you. I would say watch out for the highlights in the value though. I think
they're too white at the moment.
They might be bright.
Yeah, I got it. We'll see what this happens. It's okay for an hour. I need to sit with it for a while.
Yeah. That's the thing is just now it's, take a break, take another look at it tomorrow morning and, see how the light's working on it and see if you want to, basically you're in a lot of same spot as everybody else of getting the water to go all the way across. I mean, the goldfish looks like it's working pretty well in the front face. Really nice about the way the water's kind of going across his head. So keep looking for that kind of stuff on the other fish. You'll be fine.
Yeah, the whitefish is okay too. He's getting there.
Yeah,
I had a little trouble with these silly things, you know?
yeah.
Silly things. All right.
That's silly things. That's silly
Yeah, I'll
things.
tell you, they're hard for me, but I'm getting there. I refuse to give up.
Okay. Mike. Well, let's gonna head down to Mike and let's see what he did. Oh, I figured Mike did good. Yeah. All right, Mike. Good fish, good things. Let me see. Water and stuff. You're getting there. You need a little more fluid strokes to the water. I think you went with the knife really hard in here, didn't you?
I did toward the end.
Okay. All right. A lot of times you just a little bit more twists in there. And yeah, look for the warmer dark spots in the water. I think that will help
Yeah, right
with
in
the
here.
yeah, a little bit stronger in those guys. And on the back side too, on the other redfish. It has everything there, Mike. I think I think you probably need to almost brighten your whitefish just a little bit more
Okay.
because they are a little pink.
Yep.
So look about that. But after that, I think it's just really nibbling at the sides of the fish and trying to figure out how that water kind of goes across them and stuff. Get that together and figure that out. That's a good lesson to learn right there, is how to get that to work. And it works on a few spots, but you're gonna have to work it a little bit more on a lot of the other areas.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. How's your daughter?
Good. Yeah. Recovering. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Got back over the weekend.
Okay. Good to hear. Good. It's always scary when something happens to your
Yep.
kids.
Yep.
All right.
Take care. Thank you.
Okay. All right, bud. Nancy, did you paint?
No.
No.
Like, no, I looked at the pops and popcorn. I enjoyed the heck out of watching.
I tell you, I'm a freak show. You gotta love that.
It's a lot of fun. I learned so much watching and thinking about putting in all the arcs. That was such a good thing to think about. That really made me think about that a lot. So thank you.
Oh, no worries. I'm here to try to make everybody think.
I really,
It doesn't. Right. I'm just,
be nice to forget how to do anything right now.
yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that was a really good lesson. And I
Well-
particularly like I'm trying to think whose whitefish I thought was so great. That was really nice. I wanted to comment on, but
Yeah. Lisa had a really clean one
yeah, I think
there.
maybe
And even Kim had a good one too.
both of them. had-
Don't give Marcia any credit. She doesn't.
No.
Don't give her any. Well, keep her quiet.
Not at all. This sucker's going to be so good, you're going to die when you see it tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm putting in if I join.
Fine.
Take that.
Okay. All right.
Hey, congratulations again. I think that's fabulous.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah, every dog has his day, right? So
Well,
Well-
that Dorn is very, very, very much the star. Yeah.
he is such a good dog, boy. Got lucky with got him. So
He's a beauty.
anyway.
Yeah.
All right,
All right.
guys, that's the end.
This is
Yeah.
our last one, isn't it?
Mhm.
Is it?
I will
Yeah.
look. It might be.
It is.
Kim's usually right, so I would say she could be right.
I have a feeling, yeah. And then what? We don't do anything until September because some of us are lucky enough to go to France. Yay!
Yeah, some of you. No. Because I know my fall is going to be really kind of messed up because I am going to be. I have some workshops in the West Coast in October, 2 of them back to back. So like most October is kind of messed up, and then you come back in you got a couple weeks before Thanksgiving, and then you got a couple weeks before Christmas. So what I'm thinking about when after I come back, we come back from France, I'll probably have to start up again, a couple weeks into August or something like that, and start August to September, and then another couple mini ones, stuff like that. That's probably what's going to happen. I'll get you guys some work. I'm going to keep you guys working. That's what I plan on.
I'll have to catch up. So there.
Yeah.
You got me working. I have to catch up. That's the thing.
All right. We'll give you some time to catch up.
All right. Appreciate it.
All right, then.
Good
Does
night,
you'll
everyone.
ever have one to work on our paintings that we need help with?
Oh, yeah. I know. I know right around probably before Thanksgiving. When would you like one? Before Thanksgiving or before Christmas? Or after? Or after the
Whenever it works
New
out.
Year?
But I know you're busy, so.
Yeah, we can always throw one in. That's the thing.
Okay.
That's a nice option we always have, is getting together and doing it in person and fixing them up.
That would be fun.
Okay.
Okay, well.
All right.
All right,
Thanks.
guys.
Dog workshop this week?
It just see you guys. Such a
All
good
right.
job.
Thank you.
Thanks.
What
Is it
dog thing?
Is that this Thursday coming up?
No, I think it's the 18th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
the
That'd be
one
next Thursday.
All
Yeah, I
right.
got to hit that again. I think you're the only one signed up, Kathleen.
Really? Well, we better.
I just put it out there. I haven't even.
Put it out.
I don't advertise these things very hard, so
Well, you've been
maybe
busy.
I'll get some. I'll push it out there and we'll get it going again.
Okay,
All right, girl.
sounds good. Get some rest.
All right.
Good night.
Night, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.